y'all. Hey, it's Tracy time. It's time for another moment with me, Tracy T. It's a marvelous Monday. How are you doing today? Let me tell you something. I am wonderful. I am fantastic, marvelous, stupendous, superb. I am all of the above. Why? Because we're here. We got another day to do it. And it's the beginning of a week. Hopefully you had a sensational Sunday. Hopefully you had some Sabbath time. Hopefully you had some time to do praise and worship. I absolutely did. And I'm going to tell you something else I did yesterday. And that is what we are talking about now. So first, let me just do a quick check-in with you to see how you're doing. How are you doing? I want to know what's going on. What are y'all eating for lunch? It's lunchtime. Wait a minute. Let me get myself together here. Because I don't have any guests today, I'm just coming to you live the good old-fashioned way. And so I want to see, what are you doing? What's for lunch? I got a chance to talk to some of my regulars and, the work. Let me get myself together. Have a little Patty moment. Wait a minute. Where's my mirror? No, but if you saw Versus last night, OMG. That was 100% master class. We witnessed living legends in the making. We witnessed living legends making history is what we did. Hey, Bobby Phillips, how are you doing? Junior's Ribs and Fish. OMG. Let me tell you something. Okay. If y'all missed it yesterday, what in the world were you doing? You really, truly missed it. We had a phenomenal time, did we not, Bobby, at Spa and Shop. Now, I know that Bobby and I and Derek and people that were working on the Junior's Ribs team worked their, what my mom said, brown buns off yesterday, because from the moment they set up, and he was there early, just like he said he would be, so bravo to you. Until I left, y'all, and it was right after, I think I left about 6:15. They had customers. People were lined up to get all that good food. I had a fish plate. First of all, my wife and I we ordered everything because we love them and we want, it's a love thing, right? However, Carmen, let me say this. Bobby, the fish I ate the fish and the spaghetti and OMG. And the slaw, so good. Y'all, they had turkey legs out there. That was an add-on from what Bobby told us on Friday. He had smoked turkey legs. I had a smoked turkey wing. I did have a smoked turkey wing too. Fantastic. Those ribs, the fish, hands down. Hands down. Somebody said, what part of your foot did you stick in it is what I want to know. So bravo to you. And anytime you get an opportunity to eat with Junior's Ribs and Fish, you need to take it, okay? So fantastic job. Well done to you, Bobby Phillips, Derek Lamont Stanley, Tracy Maid loves y'all. You guys are amazing. So yesterday, I was going live. I came in and out. I just want to do a recap. And then I'm going to share with you what I learned yesterday. And it's going to be a soapbox moment. So I'm telling you right now, it's been like a minute since I've been on a soapbox. But I'm about to get on one. And I'll probably stay on one from now until we get to early election. Because I'm going to tell you early voting for the election. Because let me tell you something. First, recap. Angela Castor, Adrian Hughes, Brenna Alexander, bravo sisters, bravo my black queens, bravo entrepreneurs, bravo black business women, bravo to the community. Let me tell you something. Spa and Shop was birthed from an idea. That's all it was. It was an idea that Brenna said, I like spa. I want to be able to do something on another level. She took it to Angie. They talked about it. Adrian got in there and became a driving force. They got together as sisters, y'all, and brought that thing together. Now, if you missed it yesterday, it was a whole parking strip. The whole Normandy Place strip was a buzz. I went live. I had voters registration. It was amazing. Food trucks. I already told you about Bobby. Junior's Ribs. Fantastic. Pablo's was there. Artisanal, and I didn't ever make it over there, so I'm still butchering your name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The Italian Ice. OMG. Phenomenal. There were vendors there that were selling waist trainers, cookies, paparazzi jewelry, African attire and accessories. It was amazing. I owned this closet wide open with vendors. They had a shoe store, accessories. Joe's Bows was there with her bows and her masks. There was Moe's Bowls inside. There's a consignment that's inside the Iona's closet. Let me tell you, I mean, it was just, people literally did come out and brought lawn chairs. And I saw a group of girlfriends that were together. They had made an afternoon of it. They had their wine. They were just sitting back, sipping and saying and having a sensational Sunday. And I was grateful to be a part of it. And Angie Castor's sons even had a lemonade stand. Now, how much sweeter can you be on that? They were selling cups of lemonade, and I got a chance to set up beside them. And let me say this to you. My voters registration table. At voters registration, I did two things yesterday. I checked voters. I went to vote.org. So let me preface what I'm about to say with this, because I want to be very clear, because perhaps I wasn't, because I got asked this question a couple different times yesterday. The efforts that I took to be at the spot and shop to set up for voters registration and to check voter status was not in alignment or in conjunction with the election commission. There was no voters registration pool. There was no organization funding it, nor was I getting paid. The event that I connected with, hey, Adrian, the event that I connected with yesterday was me wanting to support those sisters, my sisters, support them. And then I wanted to be in a position where I had the opportunity to take that platform where there would be a lot of people out in public to ask them had they registered to vote. That was me, myself, and I, in the words of Beyonce. There was no payment. There was no funding. There was no endorsements. There was nothing except for me, Tracy T. and Co., wanting to give the community an opportunity to check their status. Now, Adrian, I have just said, first of all, I hope that you are well rested, babe. You did the doggone thing yesterday, and your foot detox was amazing. Thank you again for donating the foot detox for the registrants. They had, the person that won was the very first person that came over and did the registration. So I was excited that she came back, and she was so excited. So I hope her appointment at 5:10 went well, because she was thrilled. So thank you so much. Those people that poured back into the investment that I made into the community: Adrian Hughes, Elaine Montgomery, Brenna Alexander, I Own Your Closet, and then I donated the $25 gift card. We did that just from absolute pure love and encouragement and wanting to have an incentive for people to come out and be motivated. We know that you shouldn't have to have that, because empowering yourself with the right to exercise your vote should be empowerment enough, somebody. Hello? Y'all give me a thumbs up and like if you feel what I'm saying. But now here's the thing. We knew that we wanted to get people to be encouraged. We know that people love free. So that was what we did. And it was done from a place of pure love, pure honesty, pure commitment to wanting our nation to be better. Okay? Period. I am not an endorsed or paid promoter of elections. That is not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is what you see. It's me saying to you on a regular basis, you need to be registered to vote. It's me saying, hey, Tamisa. It's me saying on a regular basis, you need to know what your status is. It's me saying, what's going to keep you from voting? It's me saying, don't listen to people who are being divisive and telling you that you are not in a position to vote and our votes for Black Americans need to be earned. It's me telling you that you are smart, that you don't need to listen to the bullcrap that's been going all around us, that we don't need the Kanye West and the Puff Daddies of them, and God forbid, oh, my baby daddy, Ice Cube. We don't need them right now in the community telling people that we need to have votes earned. You need to be smart enough on your own. This is me. This is my 2 cents. You need to be smart enough on your own to see what's happening with the White House. You need to be smart enough on your own to see what's happening with our country. You need to be smart enough on your own to see what's happening with Black Lives Matter. You need to be smart enough on your own to see that just in Georgia, just over the weekend, we had yet another incident of police violence. A man that was pulled over, he wasn't even the driver, y'all. Did you see this? This is insanity. So you need to be smart enough to see. And then the occupant had the nerve to come out and say that the people should be given the death penalty for the folks that shot. Now, let me say this, because I'm not going to get on that. I don't condone violence. Okay? I'm not for people attacking the police. I'm not endorsing that. That's bad. I'm also, though, not for people being attacked by the police. So then when you have the occupant put himself in a position where he can say that the people that shot at the police need to be sentenced harder, they need to have stiffer justice systems, they need to be given life or death, they need to be given death. Well, how come you're not saying that same thing for people that killed George Floyd? That's what I'm saying. So you need to be smart enough to know what's coming out of that and get past all that propaganda. See, this is what I'm talking about. So Adrian, you said, see what is happening in your local community and local government. It's so important. And I had people yesterday. I asked everybody that came to contact me, are you registered to vote? Did you register to vote? Did you vote in the August election? Do you know your status? I kept asking people all day. And do you know what I had? Let me tell you what I got. This is soapbox moment, because this is what I learned yesterday. What I had, hey Derek, baby, here's what I had yesterday, y'all. And this had me hot like lava. I had someone tell me, I'm not from Memphis. I don't live here. Where you live have to do with, are you in another country? Are you here visiting from another country? Because unless you are here visiting from another country, then you need to get with me and check your status. Okay? Because you saying, I'm from Davidson County. Davidson County, last I checked, is in the United States. So that means that you too can vote for the presidential election on November 3rd. What am I missing, y'all? I had somebody tell me, this is going to speak to the next thing I'm going to tell y'all about, who was 23 years old. She looked like she could have been under 18. She was with her mother. And her mother said, I know I'm registered to vote. Let's check my status just to be safe. Great. Happy to accommodate her. And she said, but you need to get with her. And I said, okay, well, what's going on with you? I said, you're not old enough to register to vote? You're not 18? She said, I'm 23. I said, oh, okay. Well, are you registered to vote? Okay. You want to tell me why? I ain't voting. What the heckle Jekyll and Hyde, y'all? What the heckle Jekyll and Hyde? Hey, Gwen, what the heckle Jekyll and Hyde? You're 3 years old. What are you doing? What are you looking around? You out here shopping, but you ain't got sense enough to know that your shopping ability and your parents' shopping ability will be gone, that the economy will not be able to sustain itself under these conditions, that literally the occupant of the United States is literally in a position where he wants to create a caste system. So there is no middle class, there is no support, there is no taxation on your salary and income, so there will be no funding for Social Security, so there will be no health care. And she walking around looking like she's shopping. I'm like, what are you not doing? I want to get her and tell her, wake up. So now I'm telling y'all on behalf of that 23-year-old, wake up. If you sleep, wake up. And many of us been woke, as they say. But now here's the thing. It's not enough for us to be awake. It's not enough for us to be woke. What we need to do, y'all, is simple. We need to engage. And I wasn't in a position yesterday where I could engage with that young lady. That young adult is exactly the demographic that I'm looking for on Wednesday. I have been promoting and planting this. It was dropped in my spirit. Again, there is no funding for what's happening on Wednesday. I'm having a discussion with young adults, for young adults, on Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. I am using my personal account. I reached out to Mikhail Lowry. I reached out to Michael and Easter Thomas, not for me to get accolades, y'all. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what this is. That's not what I'm saying. Somebody give me a thumbs up or a like if you know what I'm saying here. This is not about me. It's me using myself as a vessel and a vehicle to connect people and to bridge the gap. I talked to some young adults who are going to be on the panel Wednesday with me at 8 o'clock, and they said, we don't see people in our age group represented in politics. So we feel apathetic to what's happening. And I said, okay, well, what can I do to help with that? And they said, let us see it. We need a bridge. I said, I signed up. I asked you, I'll be the bridge. I want to be the bridge. I reached out and I said, the 2 young adults that I know that are in politics, those 2, there's several others. It doesn't discount any of the others. Those are the 2 that immediately came to mind. And so the minute I reached out to them, they said yes. So September 16th, that's Wednesday at 8 p.m. I've seen it. Y'all saw my flyers. I've been posting it. I want to get people registered. Tell a young adult that you know. And this is not about me having them beaten against them, hitting them over the head with information. That's not what this is. So I want to make sure we're clear. That's not what this is. This is simply what I said, a discussion, a panel discussion for young adults with young adults. Because I told them, the young adults I talked to, I said, I want y'all to have a no-holds-barred conversation with the panelists, because it's going to be 3 young adults. I have an Indian woman, a black woman, and a black man. They're all within that age group, talking to and with Mikhail and Michaelin. I'm just going to serve as the moderator. I'm going to kick that thing off and ask some questions and redirect or bring them back in if they get too far gone, or, you know, do what moderators do. But my intention is for me to be out of that thing and let them have the conversation with themselves and just ask questions. It's a conversation, because there's so many young adults now who really don't think they need to vote. Okay. Now, here's what else I learned yesterday. And this was the most challenging, most disturbing thing ever. Y'all asked me some questions about, what would you want? Tell me this. What would you want for me to ask a young adult on Wednesday? What would you think? Give me a question that you think I should ask a young adult on Wednesday. Y'all post that, because I want to hear, and like I said, I want to be a bridge. And I know that most of you who are watching me now are in my age group. And so I want to be a conduit. I really want to be a vessel of the Lord, and I really want to be a conduit for this, because it's so important. And we need every vote. I posted on LinkedIn this morning, y'all, 100 million people in 2016, 100 million people that were eligible to vote did not. Of those 100 million, 18 million could have gone in and voted. And those 18 million said, I'm going to vote for other people, but I'm not going to vote for the president. We can't have that. We cannot have that. Do you know what a difference 100 million votes would have made in 2016? We wouldn't be living in this. We wouldn't have almost 200,000 people dead from a pandemic that someone now, the occupant is now saying, yeah, I knew, but I didn't want to create panic. Well, guess what? We in a panic. We're in a panic. I'm panicked. My cousin is dead and gone now because there was a reason for you to tell us. So I'm panicked that people can be all around me, that I know people who have had COVID and died. And I know people who had COVID and recovered. And I know people who have COVID right now. So it's a panic. It's a panic. We shouldn't live in a state of fear. Hello, somebody. Now, here's the thing that I learned yesterday that was the most trouble involved. Y'all have been following me. You've been watching me. I've been talking. I haven't been on this soapbox in a minute. But let me say this to you. Voter suppression is real. What's happening, what people are saying now about voter suppression, y'all, is real. Do you hear me? I went to vote.org. That's the tool I've been using, the platform. I didn't do vote.gov. I did vote.org. Vote.org, you can go in and check your status. You can register to vote for the first time. And there are other things that you can do on there, including signing up to serve as a poll worker if you want, and other things related to it. It's everything that you need to know about the election, including the countdown. So right now we're 49 days. We're 49 days between now, today, and November 4th. Early voting is October 14th through October 29th. I'm going to talk about that. Y'all know I'm talking about voting all this week. But let me tell you what was the most disturbing thing. And if you follow me, you see my post, you already know this, but I got to say it. There were, I want to say, half of the people that came to see me yesterday, that stopped by the table and took me up on my offer to check their status. They said, oh, no, I voted in August. I know I'm good. I said, let's check it just to be sure. What do you think happened, y'all? What do you think happened? Someone that voted in August. Someone that voted in August I checked their status, and in many cases they were putting their own information in, or if they didn't feel like they could type well, I would type the information in based on what they provided me. You know your information better than I do. I can't make up who you are. You know who you are. You got your own driver's license number, social security number, birth date, address, name. That's all you need to check your status. You don't even need all that. You just need your name and your address and your birthday to check your status, okay, for vote.org. The people who said, I voted in August, I'm pretty sure I'm good, but let's just check it because I don't want to have any issues, have been purged out of the system. Let me say that again in a calmer voice so y'all can hear me. The people that came to me and said, I want to check my status just to be safe, because I don't want any foolishness when I get ready to vote, have been purged out of the system. That means that despite the fact that they had voted in August, y'all check me, this is September. The election in August was just literally August 6th. From that point till yesterday, they have been purged out of the system. So we know that active voters have been purged out of the system. Okay, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, come with me, come, let me take you somewhere. I had one person check with me yesterday, and he said, Tracy, you know what? He said, I'm ashamed to tell you, I haven't voted in I don't know how long. I said, that's okay. You here now. You want to get registered now. That's the most important thing. I appreciate you taking time, to come on. Let's see. He said, I bet I ain't even in there. I may have to re-register to vote. I said, okay, let's see. He was in the system. So now, if you picking up what I'm putting down is actively engaged voters who regularly vote are being purged out of the system. 5-1 yesterday. 5 people I checked that had been active voters that voted in August were not in the system. The one person, and this is not me making this up, I could not believe it. The person that said, I haven't voted in 2 terms, 2 electoral terms, 2 presidential terms, I haven't voted. Matter of fact, he joked and said, maybe I haven't voted since Kennedy. He was in the system. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I really want to know, because what it tells me is the people that are actively engaged in the political process right now, they are kicking you out. The people who voted in the primary election in August 2020, not August in 2019, I'm talking about last month. The people who came to the table to check their status in okay, let me see if I can make this any more plain. Check your status. It was so bad, y'all, that I had to check my dang on status again. I had to check Chandra's status again, because I kept saying to myself, surely this can't be right. And I kept questioning people on their own information, like they didn't even know their own birthday and their name and their address, because it was just mind-blowing. And people, they were planning on voting on November 3rd. Here's why this is important. October 5th is the last day to register to vote, to be eligible to participate in the November 3rd election. If you plan to vote on the November 3rd election, for the November 3rd election, with the November 3rd election, in the November 3rd election, then you have got to be registered to vote by October 5th. October 5th, y'all, is just days away. We 49 days away from November 3rd. So now, if you think I'm good, I just voted. I was just at the poll. I early voted. Matter of fact, I voted. I'm good. One person told me, I've been registered to vote since I was 18. I always vote. She was not in the system. She was not in the system. Do you hear what I'm saying? Somebody, y'all give me some feedback. I need to hear from you, because I need you to know. I need to know that you're getting this, okay? I need something from you to let me know that you hear what I'm saying to you. This is not me making this up. This is not propaganda. This is just plain old Tracy T. Rose, short, fat black woman sitting outside all day from 11 to 6, checking folks' registration for them to make sure they were good, and found the overwhelming majority of people. There were a few. I was still registered. Chandra was still registered. There were some that were still registered and in the system. But those people, interestingly enough, had not voted in August. I'm not making this up. And that's too many coincidences. Okay? I'm just telling you, it wasn't all. I'm not saying everybody that voted in August had been purged, but I'm saying there was a good number, half of the people that checked, that said, yes, I've been registered to vote since I was 18. Yes, I regularly vote. Yes, I need to make sure that I'm good. They were purged. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Tamisa, to check your status, go to vote.org, vote.org. I talked to a group of ladies before I left there yesterday. I didn't end up leaving shopping spa until like 6:15 because people came up to me once they realized what was happening and said, I need you to check my status because I don't want to be in a position where if I go to vote, I won't be able to. Because here's how this works, y'all. Early voting is on October 14th. Early voting is October 14th through October 29th for Shelby County. So if people are watching me outside of Shelby County, I posted all the states that have early voting, and I posted what those dates are. I will post that again here. Early voting is October 14th through October 29th. Y'all hear me clearly. The voting registration deadline is October 5th. So even if you went to early vote on the 14th and found that you were out of the system, it would be too late. You hear what I'm saying to you? It would be too late. And for active, engaged voters, you literally will have your hands tied because the time will have been gone, come and gone. The time will have passed for you to be eligible to vote. I'm not making this up. And I know that's a common thing people say when they're talking about, conspiracies. I'm not telling you it's a conspiracy. I'm telling you what I know. Okay? What I know is if you have voted in your life and you think, I voted, I'm good. Don't take that for granted. The first thing I said, it was a group of black women that was still at Shopping Spa yesterday, or Spa and Shop. I said, listen to me, ladies, if any of you can hear my voice. I said this as I was leaving. I said, if you are registered to vote, please don't take for granted that you're registered to vote. Please check your status at vote.org. Oh, no, I just voted in August. Knee jerk. Because you can't imagine, because you can't believe, you can't wrap your brain around the fact that someone will be tampering with your right. Someone is tampering with your right, potentially. It is up to you because they want us to rest on the laurels of default goodness. This is not what is happening right now, y'all. What is happening right now is you got to go in and check while you still have time to do something about it. So let me just walk you through this process so that you will be educated, because that's the key. People are trying to keep you in the dark so that when you go to try to exercise your right and use the power of your voice and your vote, you will be silenced. The vote, anytime there is not a vote against Trump, that's a vote for Trump. Hello, somebody? Hello. So now this is the process. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to be gone. Go to vote.org. VOTE. V as in Victor, O as in opportunity, T as in Tracy, E as in everybody. .org. And then you check. It's going to pop right up and it's going to say, check your status. Okay? All you got to do when you get to check your status is literally say, I want to check my status. Click, I want to check my status. Okay? Y'all with me? Then it's a fields. It's a bunch of fields. All you do when you get to the fields is put in your name, your address, your birthday. When you do that, it's going to literally say, I want to show it on my other phone. I'm going to show you. Yes, I have two personal phones. And as a business owner, I have two personal phones, and then I have a work phone. Y'all know I have another full-time job. But now here's what you will see. Okay? Here's what you will see. Vote.org. You see this? It's telling you the number of days that are left. And then right here is saying, check your registration. That is where you want to go. And this countdown literally is 49 days and 13 hours before it's November 3rd. Check your status. This is vote.org. This is vote.org. Vote.org. And you want to go to vote.org and select check your status. You want to check your status. When you do that, you put your information in, press submit. It's going to tell you very clearly that yes, you are registered to vote. And then it'll say you are in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do this live and then I'm going to go so you can see it. I just pressed select, check your status. It says, are you registered to vote? This will take 30 seconds. Can y'all see that? It says this will take 30 seconds. I'm walking you through it because I want you to know what to expect, okay? So it says first name. My first name is Tracy. People told me I was on a coaching thing last week, and I put my address on there. So Tracy, don't put your address on there. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I know about that. Anybody USA, anybody anywhere in the world, truth be told, can find your address. We're not private citizens. Hello? You're not a private citizen. You're not a private citizen. If you think that, you're delusional. You're not a private citizen. Okay? Wake up. You're not a private citizen. So now it's going to ask me for my name, my address, my birthday. My birthday is February 17th. February 17th. That is an Aquarius, baby. Aquarius are some of the most amazing, powerful, dynamic people in the land. If you connect with an Aquarius, some of the most fierce people I know are fellow Aquarians. We just got it like that. Don't hate, celebrate. So now I got all this information in here. I entered it in while I was talking to you, and you see right here it says check your registration. I'm gonna press that button. See, I'm showing you again. It says check your registration. Can you see that? It says check your registration. Now I'm checking my registration. And this is the result. Green check. You are registered to vote. See, it's got my name. The information I put in. Now, here are a couple variables. That's what you want to see. Because I had to go back and check mine. I said, wait a minute, this is making me nervous. There are a couple variables. If you have moved since you last voted, if you have changed your name since you last voted, your email address is not as particular, but those two things are really important. Because you need to update your information, and you can do it online. Now, here's what I want to tell you. If you go in and the system says it's a green check or a red X. It's a green check or a red X. If you're going to see it, it's a green check that says you are registered to vote, or you'll have a red X and it'll say, don't panic. Don't worry. Here's what you need to do. Don't panic and don't worry. Think about what you entered. Go back out. Ask yourself, have I moved? Did I use a different address? Or has my name changed? If it has, go back in the system and put what you thought was in there. Now, if you still don't have a green check and it doesn't give you that you're registered to vote, then go back and do a registration as if you're going to register to vote, because it will then ask you. And so back to this, it will then ask you register to vote. Hopefully you can see that. Check your status, your registration, and then under that is registered to vote. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. Select that. It will take you through the steps. It'll ask you for your information. It's going to ask you for some of the same information that you entered when you did the check your registration, which is your information. So you know this. You will need, in this case, if you're doing the registration. And now here's where, don't get confused, because you say, but I'm already registered. Stay with me. You need to go in there and it'll ask you, are you new or are you updating? Okay? Are you new or are you updating? And if you're new, then that's altogether new. If you're updating, it's going to ask you for your last known previous address. And then if you say, gosh, I don't remember what my address was exactly, it tells you put in what you know. Somebody I had yesterday, she had changed, she had moved. She couldn't remember the previous address, but she registered at that address, but she was out of the system. So we had to go back in and do a registration, and we put her information in and got her registered and updated her information. So all you need is your own information. The one thing that you may not have committed to memory, which this young lady did, is your driver's license number, because you have to prove that you are a resident of the state, a resident of the country. Your name, address, your email address, that's going to be important. I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. And then, Adrian, I see your comment. I'm going to read it in just a second. Thank you. And then we have your social security number and your driver's license number. You're going to have those two things if you select this register to vote. You're going to have that. Okay? And the reason you have to have that is it's going to ask you, are you registering new or are you updating? And if you have already registered, you want to update. And that's when it's going to ask you to provide. It's going to be a replication of you submitting your information yet again. And then you're going to put that information in and have it check you. It will take you through the steps. It asks you questions. Are you a citizen of the United States? Will you be 18 by the time it's time to vote? Have you been committed of a felony? Because if you've been committed of a felony within the time frame that the question is, then you know you're not eligible to vote, okay? It asks, are you compliant with the things? And then it gives you this option. And I want you to be mindful of this. It gives you an option that says, I am ready to proceed with my registration online. Select that. Okay? Select that. The reason you want to select that, because if you don't, they're going to mail something to you for you to do your application and mail it back. We don't have time for that, folks. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. Do you hear me? We don't have time for that. You want to select, it's a red box that's going to pop up and say, I have what I need to complete my registration online. And you have what you need to complete your registration online. You're not submitting anything. You don't have to take a picture and upload anything. There's none of that. It's literally you entering the information that you have for yourself. Okay? You're going to have your social security number. You're going to have your state ID number. You're going to have your birthday. You're going to have a valid email address. And here's why the email address is so important. The email address is so important because at the end of the registration, when it's taking you through every step and it says next, it's going to give you one final choice. And you choose to either select that you want to print out your form or email your form. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. And yesterday, I didn't have a printer with me. But even if I had, honestly, I would have selected email because we want written documentation of that thing. Do you hear me? Email. Select that you want the confirmation of your application emailed so that you will have that and you will be able to go back and verify the status of it. It gives you a confirmation, and the email, it sends you an email confirmation of your update and an email confirmation of your registration. Okay? Let me see, Adrian. You said you just checked yours. I'm registered to vote. My client just checked hers, and so is she. Be asking all your clients to check theirs as they sit in the chair. Amen. And Adrian, tell Angie I am live still, so I can't talk to her if she's there with you, and I will call her back. I am grateful that she's calling me back, though, because I want to celebrate you and her on a job well done. So here's what I wanted to tell you, and I'm gonna go because I said I was just gonna finish at 12, but I'm so grateful to have this 6 minutes overage because I wanted to make sure that I walked you through those steps. Those are exactly the things I did yesterday. And then if you have a problem beyond that, then I encourage you, if the system still cannot find you, contact the Board of Elections. And if anyone is in a position where they need that, I will provide that information. I pray that you don't. I had no idea, honestly, y'all, yesterday, I had absolutely no idea that this would be the experience that we'd have with registrants yesterday. Checking your status has, I'm grateful. I'm grateful though, because knowing that is information and power. That's knowledge, and that knowledge is power, right? Because we know we all need to go in and check our status. And so, Adrian, I'm grateful that you checked yours and you are in the system and that your client checked hers. And I appreciate you having all of your clients check their status. And I would encourage all of you and implore all of you to check your status at vote.org and then tell everyone you know to check their status. And in some cases, for those of you who have parents and family members who are not technologically savvy, just get on the phone with them and say, you know, me mom, my mom, my dear, I'm going to check your status and make sure you're good. The last thing I'm going to say here is this. October 14th. Is the first day of early voting. October 14th through October 29th is early voting. We've got to get out and early vote. We cannot wait until November 3rd. We've got to be in a position, all of us, y'all, to do our due diligence and cast our vote and then help others on the way. I am going to do my level best. I will continue to do my level best. I want it to be said that Tracy Rowe did all she could. When we celebrate that doggone victory night, if they don't have all the counts in on November 3rd, on November 4th, on November 5th, whatever November it is, I want to celebrate that Biden and Harris are our new president and vice president elects. Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a heart? Can I get an amen? Can I get a smiley face? That's what I'm doing. I'm doing my level best. I'm literally doing my level best to make sure that that happens. And I need you to join me by simply asking people that you know and love, will they check their registration Check their status at vote.org. All right, y'all. That's soapbox over. That's it for today. But it's all, I'm excited. I'm grateful because we got information that we didn't have. I had no idea we need to go and check the dang on registration status. Did you know that? I didn't know. I had no idea. And for those of you that are on, thank you for being with me today. And for those of you that are on that were with us yesterday at Spa and Shop, thank you for showing up. Adrian and Derek and Bobby and Angie and Brenna and the other vendors that were there, the other food trucks that were there, showed up and showed doggone out. Okay. So I'm grateful to have been a part of that experience. And I said to them, this is the inaugural event, that we will have a second annual Spa and Shop that will be even bigger and better because it was such a success. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. The passion that you see from me is authentic. The purpose that I have with this is for real. The mission that I feel I have been given is divine. And I am going to honor it, and I'm going to continue to do it until we get to election day. Until we get, and I've already taken November 3rd off. Okay, I'm serious about this thing, and I hope and pray that you will share the information that I have given you today, that you will take it and pass it on so that someone else can take it, and we'll play the telephone game, and you tell 2 people and they tell 2 people and so on. Spread this good news, because this is good news. This is not going to be delivered in the way that is foolery, because that's what it's meant to be. But what we did is we messed around and got some more information, y'all, and that's all we need. We got the power in us already. Now we've been empowered with knowledge, and they can't take that away. No one can. No one, when you know something, no one can take it out. No one can say, tap in and take it out. We got it. So all we need to do now is exercise it and use that muscle that we have, that is our brain, and share the information that we have. I'm going to share my information with these young adults on Wednesday. Y'all will see me back here Wednesday talking about that event. Why should I vote? It's on September 16th at 8 p.m. This is going to be a panel discussion for young adults with young adults. It's going to be candid. I want them to say exactly how they feel. If they feel like stuff is, whatever, I'm ready. I want to hear it. And you're not banned from it. You're not banned nor barred. I would love for you to participate too. I've posted it everywhere. I'll post it again here. You'll see it because I'm going to talk about it on Wednesday, and then I'm going to do a recap on it on Friday. So I just want you to know that I'm grateful for you. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for being part of the T-Row crew. You know what I'm getting ready to say. You matter to me. You really do. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Here's a cyber hug. I hope your Monday is magnificent. Go make your mark. Tell people to go to vote.org and check their status. And you know what I'm really about to tell you now, because we wrapping this thing up. Chandra Wright, I love you. I want you to know that I want you to make every day amazing and live like it's a gift, because it truly is. I'll see you on Wednesday. That's it. That's all, y'all. I'll see you next. Let's see. 11:30, live at lunch. Over and out. Bye.